Welcome back to the M&M Sports Channel. We're your host, Matt.
And Mike.
Coming at you with our favorite picks and great iron every week. So, week 10 is in the books already. Mike, let's do a little overview.
Week 10 is in the books. So, for those who have pools, which has quarterfinals and semifinals and finals, 4 weeks remainder. Is that unreal? 4 weeks, man.
It goes by so fast. It's unbelievable.
Unreal. So, the Colts, 8-2. You won the over.
Yes, sir. If you guys picked the over, I called it. It was, before the bye, I thought they hit the over. I was sure. But before their bye, I'm a little bit stunned that they've done it so fast. But JT, what a running back. He's one of the two first 1,000-yard players in this season. It's him and Jackson Smith and Digba. He's got 1,000 receiving yards, but he's an unbelievable player. I've always thought he was a little bit underrated, but he's still one of the best in the league, even if people underestimate him a bit. But
No, but come on. Give yourself some prop. Come on, hey, Possums. 7 games left in the year. The guy gave you his best pick of the week. 7.5. The Colts over. They are 8-2. You can go and cash your ticket with 7 games left. Kudos, brother. Can you believe again? And I don't know how many times it happens this year, but a team scored 26 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to beat another.
it's crazy. So many comebacks win this season. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. It's crazy. We're used to seeing once every few weeks, but it seems like they're 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 a week this year. It's crazy.
And it's not 14 points. It's 30 points, 26 points this week, Texas, which the Jaguar, they'll remember that game, whatever happens at the end of the year. They were in a great position to make the playoff, and now they're 50-50 again. What a huge loss for them, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much a break for the season. Wow, I still can't believe it. It's big losses after big losses, and those types of losses. They pile up, and it's huge for a team.
And finally, for me, for last week, I saw something that I loved. Rodgers pouting. Isn't that a beautiful scene? He looked like a bum, couldn't throw the ball, was screaming after all the players. What an, what a, you know what I mean? No, but he was awful, right?
Yeah, the whole team didn't play great, but
No.
he was certainly at the focus of this game. Who should have played better, and it seems like he's always blaming somebody else, and things are not going right for them. So.
No, but for me, it was worth the money that I spent watching the game and seeing him upset and pouting. That for me was my Sunday.
And talk about big games. What happened to the Bills? What happened?
Well, the Dolphins are 3-7. They destroyed Atlanta, and now easily they beat Buffalo. I don't know what to say. Are they on their way up? Are they? I don't know. They played awesome. It looked like the reverse. It seems like they switched jerseys.
Yeah, they play an unbelievable game. Offense, defense, special teams, everybody put their hands on it. It was a great game. I watched it. couldn't believe it when they were playing. I knew that game was going to end well for Miami, but Buffalo, what's going on? They shouldn't trade it for that number one wide receiver. Was a big part, I think, of this loss. But
No, but you know that Miami is going to score a few points, right? But the defense, the way they played against usually very reliable offense in the Bills, right? Who can stop the Bills? Like, who can say that within the first 3 quarters they stopped the Bills from scoring? Unreal how the defense played against Allen, right?
yeah, I mean, they shut him down. It's plain and simple. They just shut him down.
No, but every time the media says, well, he had a bad game and then they always go for the negative. But what about how awesome the Dolphins defense played against him, right?
Yeah, I mean, they played an outstanding game. I mean, from the secondary to the D line, I mean, awesome game for them on the defensive side of the ball, stopping what the number two, I think, offense in the league right now. Unbelievable game for them.
Well, you know you have to stop the run. You have to stop Cook, right?
Yeah.
And after that, well, it's not over because Allen can move on his own, and he can throw the ball. He has a great tight end. He has good wide receivers, not stars, but good wide receivers. He has a hell of a offense, and they squeezed them. So kudos to the Dolphins,
A
right?
great game for them. And we have our first fire of the season this week. Brian Dable losing his job with the Giants after another comeback win against them.
No, but I understand, but like he lost his quarterback, he lost his star running back. Like I don't know. I was surprised to see it. No, not you.
20-44 since joining them as a head coach. You know, he had a great first season winning coach of the year, but
Did he?
what?
Oh.
And you know, it seems like it was going downhill ever since. I mean, Jackson Dart almost saved him his job, but getting injured seemed like it was the end for him. I'm excited to see what they'll do next. Another good first round pick is in view for them, but
No, but the reason why I'm questioning the move is you start with Russell Wilson, which easy to say now, but the guy was done for. And then you start the young star, or what could be, and anyways, a star and Dart, and you start Skidaboo, and then your offense starts to grow a little bit, and the confidence starts to grow, and then you lose your running back, and a couple of games later, you lose your star your star quarterback, and then you're not back to Wilson. You're going to the third string, Winston. So is it the coach fault that they're going to the third string? Is it Wilson's fault? Is it Tracy's fault? It can't be all on the coach, right?
you know, I don't think he's a bad coach. I think he got put in a really poor position coaching this Giants team with pretty much nothing. I mean, they have a few players, but you know, if your top players get injured, it's not a surprise you lose games. You take Kyle Shanahan with the 49ers last season. They lost, what, half the team? They didn't fire him
Yeah.
because he had a bad season.
Exactly.
It's just players getting injured, and you can't control that.
Panic
To a
mode.
certain
Panic mode.
extent, but seemed like a change was needed in the Giants, and you know they started at the top, so they fired their head coach.
Yeah, I didn't like his reaction while during the game and throwing his hat like I don't think a coach should do that. But it seems like I'm too old now. In my days, or when I was in my 20s, 30s, a coach was a coach, and you didn't show that much emotion against some of your players. It was discussed after the game, unless you were called Ditka. but I mean, I didn't like his reaction. He was crying, and there's no crying in football or baseball. But it wasn't the place, right?
Yeah. So with that, let's move to our picks. Mike.
Mike?
Yeah. Okay. So my first pick of the week. Well, the Panthers gave up 103 yards against Green Bay, 145 yards against the Saints, and 230 yards against the Bills, rushing yards, only rushing yards. So this week, they're going against one of the best running backs. So I'll go with Bijan Robinson plus 70.5. Matt?
For my first pick, I'm going on Thursday, and it's Drake May over 238.5. They're on a 7-game win streak. In that 7-game win streak, he averaged 253 passing yards. I think he hits the over. I mean, 238. I mean, it's a sure thing.
My second pick is I love when a team has a bye. I think that the Bengals needs to win at least. They're only two back. Too bad. I was watching Burrow, and he's walking properly. I don't know how far he is from coming back. Hopefully, within 2 weeks. I think that this is a winning game. Like looking at Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers play, they can bounce back, and no question about that. But we all know that they're weak in passing defense. So I'll go with Jamar Chase over 85.5.
Yeah, and certainly one of the best receivers in the league, no doubt about it. I'm going with running back Josh Jacobs over 79.5 yards. I think they'll play a team that's run down, and I think they'll score a lot and often. And I think the rushing game will be a big part of that offense. So Josh Jacobs over 79.5.
My third pick is the Bucks and the Bills are playing in Buffalo, and the over/under is 48. I think there'll be lots of points, lots of offense. But one thing for the Bucks is they lost two of their top three receivers. So if you look at last week, Hutton got 8 targets. I think he's going to be targeted a lot against this week. So I'll go with Cade Hutton over 38.5. Matt?
For my next pick, I'm going with the Dolphins. We just talked about them. The Dolphins minus 2.5. You know, the last few weeks they look like they are on fire and playing a Commanders team without their quarterback and top wide receiver. What are they going to do? If they shut down the Bills, they can surely stop that Commanders team. So Dolphins minus 2.5.
Not really to believe that one.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. I mean, we talked about it for a few minutes before the recording this. 2.5 only after 2 monster wins against good teams. 2.5.
And now they're playing at home too.
Yeah, playing at home against a team who doesn't have their top quarterback and receiver. I don't know why only minus 2.5, but we'll see on Sunday.
Okay, so my fourth pick is again a team that was on the bye. I love those picks. The Cowboys are playing a weak Raider team. Doesn't mean that the Cowboys will run away with a W, but you know that there'll be some offense. And the best part of the offense is the passing yards. And for me, CeeDee Lamb, which is one of the best receivers in the game. So I'll go with Lamb over 78.5. Matt?
Yeah, so for my fourth pick, I'm going with Lad McConkey over 63.5 yards. I mean, they're the fifth best passing offense in the league, playing the 28th passing defense in the league. So I think this one should be easy. I mean, I think Justin Herbert will throw the ball all day against this team who's been pretty good at stopping the run. So I think Justin will throw it. And what better pick is pick his top wide receiver?
For my last pick of the week and my best of the week, uh, Detroit and the Eagles, two teams that can score a lot of points, are meeting Sunday night. The line is 46.5. I don't see any of those two teams being under 25 each. So easily Detroit and the Eagles, and I hope that there's again 405 push tush, so to make sure that they do cancel it at the end of the year. So my last pick, Detroit and Philly over 46.5. Matt?
So
For my last pick, I'm going with the Chiefs minus 3.5. They're coming off a bye playing the Broncos, who's I know what you're gonna say. They're on a 7 game win streak, and you have to do it in this league. 7 games in a streak, 7 game win streak. It's not easy, but look at who they played. They played Philly, which is a good team, but other than that, they played Cincinnati, both New York teams, Dallas and Houston, and Vegas. They're not monster teams. They haven't been playing well this season. Plus, 4 of those 7 wins were under 3 points. So playing a Chiefs team that has a bye and 2 weeks to prepare for them, I think this one minus 3.5 is a gimme for the Chiefs.
You did your homework, right?
Yes, I did. So once again, thank you, football fans, for watching. Leave a like, drop a comment. See you guys next week.
Have a great week, Possums.